everybody, and welcome to Off the Hook. I am Pam with BeeCreative Crafts. And y'all, we've got several people already in the chat. Mr. Would If I Could John C. And also Hooks, Whips, and Chains, and Softball Susie, Twisted Roots, all are John. And he was here early. I saw him when he left that message early on today. So hey John. He was popping in before his live. And we've got Miss Adele. Hello, hello. And she is playing with the emojis. And there's Miss Nancy. She is not feeling well tonight, so she is going to be joining us in chat. Hey, Miss Chris K. Scrolling. And there's Miss Kimberly. And Miss Bridget. Hello. And Miss Jen Reeves. Hello. She is going to be lurking. She's going to be lurking in her treehouse. And Nancy says, please don't forget to share the stream out and hit the thumbs up. Oh, thanks, Nancy. Hey, Dreeny. And y'all, Miss Dreeny was live earlier. She is feeling better. You know, last week, I believe, was it last Thursday, Dreeny? Remember, she fell, but she's doing better. Hey, Miss Cheryl. Hey, Noe. All right, y'all. So the past couple of weeks or the past few lives that I've done, StreamYard has kicked me out when I tried to play a video, but I'm going to go ahead and try to play the lurker video. So if it kicks me out, I'll be right back, hopefully. So I'll go ahead and play it here at the beginning. Okay, so Dreeny said it was about a week and 2 days ago. So I knew it had been about a week-ish. I couldn't remember if it was last Thursday. I don't know why that date was in my head, but hey, Karen. But y'all, the weather has gotten warm here in Tennessee, and I was going to turn on my AC tonight. But I'm one of those people to see how long I can wait before I turn it on. But then tomorrow the high is only supposed to be 60, so I'm like, yeah, no, not turning it on. I can tough it out one more night because it's going to cool back down. But anyway, tonight we're going to work on the shell stitch. And I was going to use the self-striping yarn, and I thought that this was going to be a self-striping. It's not the one I thought it was. And this has short color changes, so I'm not going to do this because I was going to make washcloth, but it's too short, so I don't even think I can make one shell. So y'all tell me, do we want to use this one, which is a baby yarn? Dreeny says she already cut her AC on. Well, if it's been getting down pretty cool at night, but tonight it's not cooling down. It's still pretty warm. Well, I mean, it says it's 74 outside, but it's still pretty warm in my house. Or this one. Now, this one has shorter color changes, but I think I have enough to where each shell will be a full color, but I'm not sure. And then this one will make a fairly long color change. Hey, Jonathan. Let's see. Noe said she is almost finished with her honeycomb bag and working on the strap with the Afghan hook. Oh, cool. I was kind of thinking maybe this one. But then, I don't know. Which one do y'all want me to use? Whoa. Let me know. I'll peek around y'all. So how's everybody's week been? Mine has been pretty good. Let's see. Bridget said she's cheap. She opens the window as long as she can because she knows once she turns on the AC, it won't get turned off until the heat gets needed at night again. Same. I'm the same way. Chris is saying the second one. I don't remember which one the second one was. Nancy says pastels. Jen says the lighter the better. Or see the lighter one better. Hey, Mishi. We're on the big screen. Internet is fixed. Yay. Woohoo. So, okay. So, I know I've got 1, 2 at least for the lighter one. Mishi said it was 87. And then when she drove home, it had dropped to 60. See, that's what it's going to do here. It got up, I don't think it got 87. It may have. It got up pretty warm. And then it dropped. Okay, so I've got Jonathan for the darker. And did I show this one second? Or no, I showed this one first, didn't I? don't know. Okay, so I got 2 for the dark, 2 for the lighter. All right, I need a tiebreaker. And while we do that, I'm going to turn my camera so we can get started. If I can remember which button. This one. Yeah, this is the one I was going to use. Ooh, that's zoomed in. Hold up. That might be zoomed in a little too much. Hey, Steve. And Steve says the pastel, the lighter one. Okay. And Noe says pastel. Karen said she just got her C2C dino blanket done. It's 50 by 50. Oh, wow. Nice. And Mishi says dark. Hey, pastels are still winning. But if I don't use the dark one on the live, I will go back afterwards and work it up and put a picture in my community tab so y'all can see how it does it. Nancy said she loves the one on screen. I know, see me too, but the color changes are so small or short, and I don't think it'll be enough. I don't think it'll be long enough to do a whole shell, but we might work with that one too here in just a little bit. All right, what was I getting ready to say? Oh, I was going to go check my microphone and see which mic it stayed on. It stayed on. Okay, cool. That one. Nancy said that one would make a nice carnation. It would. Now, is that zoomed in too close or is that a good distance? Let me know. All right, so with this one, oh, that's too close. Y'all can't even see the yarn. I answered my own question. Well, that's too far. Come on. Zoom me just a smidge. There we go. Hey, Tank. All right, so this is Ice Cream El Dago. It is in the color Banana Split. And now let me see if I can find the end. Should have done this before. Okay, now remember with the shell stitch, the one that I've been doing or showing y'all is the 5 double crochet shell. So it works, or your working stitch count is a multiple of 6 plus 1. Oh my gosh, look at that yarn barf, y'all. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Come on. Where's my little end? Oh, raw. Come on now. That's the only problem with these little baby fine yarns is finding the dang tail. Ta-da, found it. All right, well, I won't need that hook. I'm going to need a skinnier hook. Let's see here. And this will work. We're going to go with an H. All right, so let's see how long this little... Okay. All right, y'all, if I miss your comment, can y'all hear me just fine? Do I need to scoot y'all closer? If I miss your comment, just shout it out again because my comments are over there, and yeah. All right, so let's just, Nancy said sounds fine. All right, cool. And if anybody pops into the basement, just type in the chat so I can see you because you're also off to the side. Sorry, y'all, I got to count. Okay, so there's 15. Let's see. Let's do... let's just do 31. Or 30, no, let's see, 32. Yeah. $32 because because it's a multiple of 6 for my start, and my starting chain is a multiple of 6 plus 2, and your working stitch count is a multiple of 6 plus 1. And for those that are just joining me tonight and haven't heard me say that, what I mean by the working stitch count is just what your project is going to be. So if you're working on the blanket, the stitch along blanket, you've already got your base foundation row, so you don't need to do a chain. So it's just what your working stitch count, what your stitch count is when you get ready to switch off to the next section. That's going to be mighty tiny, but let's try it. Let's just go for it. Okay, so now we're going to flip it over because I like to work in the back bumps. And we're just going to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way across. Hey, Darcia, welcome in. You're not late. You're just on time. Now I turn my fan off in here, so it's getting a little stuffy. That's what I was afraid of with all the lights and the computer going. I was afraid it would get hot in here, or hotter. But the temperature is also dropping down, so hopefully it won't be too bad. So y'all, this weekend I have got 2 bridal showers to go to for my niece. And I'm making her a blanket. If anybody watched the February Sedge Stitch video, you can see her blanket in that I'm working on. It is not going to be done by Saturday. I think even if I crochet all day tomorrow, it is not going to be ready by Saturday. But her wedding isn't until next month, I think. May or June? May, I think. I can't remember. Hey, Tammy. It's in my phone. She's graduating college in May. I think she's graduating, getting married, and moving all in the same month. Hey, Sandra. And everybody is welcoming each other in and saying hello. Gotta untangle myself here. And I did not double count, so we'll find out here in just a second if I got the right stitch count. And I may have should have gone a little wider because I wanted the shells to, well, we'll see. I wanted the shells to turn. Jen said, let's see, wait. Sandra says, working on stitching granny squares together. Nice. Jen says, wow, she's brave all in the same month. I know, right? And she's not just moving like down the street. She's moving to another state. All right, so we're going to chain 1 and turn. I guess I should tell y'all what I'm doing. In this first stitch here, we're going to work a single crochet. Then we're going to skip 2 and into that third stitch, work 5 double crochet. Hey, Susan. If I missed seeing you come in, welcome in. But my niece, her fiance, just did an internship with Disney. He's a chef. He went to culinary school and he did an internship with Disney. And then after his internship ended, he was offered a job. So yay! Then we're going to skip 2 and into that next stitch, work a single crochet. And that's how you do the little teeny tiny shell. Then you skip 2 and into the next one, work 5 double crochet. And let's see. Susan said she was watching Margie's live from today. Cool. I caught a little bit of that while I was at work. And Kimberly said, wow, Disney. I know, right? Sorry, y'all. I gotta get this big. There we go. Before I make a big knot. And then skip 2 and single crochet. Hey, Diane, welcome in. And y'all, and the shell stitch also makes a really, really pretty border. Maybe next week I will work up a sample and then I'll show you how you can put a shell border on it before the live. We'll see how much I get done between now and next Thursday. And Mishi said she is here, but lurking. Well, welcome in, Miss Mishi. I know I saw you earlier, but because you said we was on the TV. But I'm so glad they got your internet fixed. But what I'm hoping with this self-striping yarn is that all these little shells will really pop out and you won't have any tails to weave in. Skip 2, work 5 doubles. And does anybody have any questions on the shell stitch so far? And if you have completed any projects, please email those to me if you would like them to be included in the slideshow. I finally did get the February Sedge Stitch slideshow out, so I will be working on the half double crochet one. And then, yeah, so y'all can go ahead and send me, you can send me half double or shell or both. And I'm going to skip 2 and then work a single crochet. But my email is BeeCreative Crafts1. I can pop it up here right quick. Banner. Nope. Yep. There it is. BeeCreativeCrafts1@gmail.com is where y'all can email me your pictures. And be sure when you email me to let me know if you want me to use your name or your channel name or both. What I've been doing, so say like for Chris's Kaleidoscope, I put Chris, and then underneath her name, I put her channel name. And for Nancy, I put Nancy, and then underneath Little Treasures by Nancy. And then for Miss Susan, I just used her name because that's her channel name also. But y'all just let me know, or if you would prefer how you want me to address it, label it, yeah. And 5. And you will have 3 stitches left. Skip 2, and then that last one, work a single crochet. And yeah, I should have made this wider because we're just going to keep going and see how it comes out. Chain 1 and turn. Right now here you can do a stack double, which is what I like. If you prefer, you can chain and then just work 3 doubles in that first stitch, or you can chain 3 and then do 2 doubles and let that chain count as your first double crochet. I'm doing a stacked double, so I'm going to work a single. Then I'm going to go through this little section of the single and this one. I don't know if those are the posts, the legs. I've called them, in the videos that I've made, I've called them everything. Susan says hello to everyone that she may have missed, and she tried to call everybody by name. So if she missed you, hello. And then work another single crochet. And then work 2 more double crochet into that stitch so that in your first stitch you have 3 double crochet. Then you're going to skip 2 and work a single crochet. And then it's just a matter of repeating what you did before. Skip 2, in that third stitch you're going to work 5 double crochet, which is going to be the single crochet from the row below, and work 5 doubles. Whoa. Ooh, and now we're going to change to another color. Skip 2 and single. And y'all, I'm trying to turn my hand so y'all can see what I'm doing, but all you're really seeing is the top of my work here. I'm gonna try to lay it flat. I know that's like not, it's like an awkward position, but I want y'all to be able to see what I'm doing. Yarn over, and then you're gonna work 5 double crochet into that single crochet. So what I'll probably do after the live, I will probably unravel this and make this section a little bit wider. My starting count a little wider. I'll see how many shells I can do in each color after I finish this blue, and then that will help me determine how wide I need to make my starting chain so that the shells will roughly change color each row. Now, if I was making a baby blanket, it probably wouldn't matter because it would be wider than the shell count, probably. Boy, this stuff is tangly. And Miss Susan is asking how my blanket is coming out. It is turning out pretty, I think. Let me finish this row and then I'll grab it and show you. Skip 2, and in this stitch here, we're going to work 5 double. And the yarn that I'm using for that is gradually changing colors. So I'm getting about 2 rows of shells, I think, before it changes colors. So I will show that here in just a minute. And I really don't think I took a picture of my half double section before I started, so I've got to do that this weekend too. So I can get it. And then skip 2 in this last one, we're going to work 3 double crochet. There we go. Susan says, what yarn am I using right now? It is nice. She likes the colors. I am using some Lion Brand ice cream yarn that I picked up on clearance. And this one is in the color Banana Split. And I kind of think I picked this up a couple of years ago. I don't think it was at the last clearance haul. It might have been, but I don't think so. I think it was the Hobby Lobby clearance from a couple of years ago. Okay, I'm going to put this on pause for a second, and I'm going to grab my blanket since Miss Susan asked about it, and I will show y'all how it is coming along. I didn't get to work on it much this week because I was working on my niece's blanket. But there is my shell stitch section. So I've got 1 row of shells here and then a row of shells here. So I'm getting, like I said, two rows of shells with each. So it kind of just looks like a big giant shell. Or a wave. Actually, I guess it kind of looks like a wave, doesn't it? So that's what I've got so far on my blanket. I need to get back on it because I still have that much yarn to go. Nancy said, yep, kind of looks like a chevron. But yeah, so I've got that much yarn to go before the end of the month. So I'll be ready to start on my next section, which is, if y'all missed my live on Saturday, put that back over there so y'all can see. The stitch for May is going to be the iris stitch. Ta-da! Miss Nancy has made those cute little videos for me. Now, I thought I had taken out all of the stitches that had holes in them, but obviously I missed that one. So, I think because the yarn I'm using is thicker, I don't think that it's going to be that holey, but we'll find out once I get started. But that's the stitch, and that's what we're going with. Alrighty, so we're going to chain 1 and turn, and in this first stitch here, work a single crochet. And then we're just going to repeat the first row. Skip 2 in the third one, work 5 doubles. But anyway, yeah, so with my niece, we've got 2 bridal showers this weekend. We've got one on Saturday, which is with friends and family, and then we have one on Sunday at the church. Her church family is giving her a bridal shower. Skip 2 single, skip 2, 5 double. And Chris is back. And then skip 2 and single. And Nancy's playing with the emojis. Happy, happy, happy. That's what I see on my side. That's the little bee. Skip 2, and in this one we're going to work 5 double. And then I should be, now I'm almost done with the blue here. So I'm going to count these up these shells and see how many shells I got out of the blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're switching over to the yellow. 5, skip 2, and single crochet. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. Well, probably 6, because that's kind of half there-ish. So 6 shells. So I should have made it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. Oh, this isn't going to have like even color changes because I also have 6 white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white and a half. And I did the first row of single crochet. Well, alrighty. Hey, Miss Regina. She said, hey, Pammy, I've been missing you. We've been missing you too. Welcome in. Good to see you. I'm going to skip 2, and in this third one here, we're going to work 5 double crochet. Miss Regina said, hello, everybody. Hello, hello. So, has anybody else been getting storms that have been rolling through? We've had a couple that have come through. They haven't been, luckily, they haven't been like destructive storms. They've just been, quick evening thunderstorms or any time of day thunderstorms, but they haven't been destructive in our area anyway. Hopefully it stays that way. And we're going to skip 2, and in this last stitch here, work a single crochet. Kimberly said, we've only had some light snow flurries. Girl, I saw you and John posting that y'all were having snow. My word. Because I think John posted a picture, I guess it was maybe yesterday or day before, that y'all had all kinds of snow, and you had commented that you were supposed to get snow, and I'm like, it was 82 degrees here when I saw that picture. I was like, no, thank you. I mean, I like snow a couple times a year in the winter, and then I'm done. Hello, Miss Gwen. Welcome in. So Regina said, just rain there. The storms have been going north of them. All right, y'all. I'm going to keep working on this while we chit-chat. If anybody has any questions on the shell stitch or how to do something, just shout it out. Otherwise, I'm just going to ramble. Darcia said, I want snow. Miss Darcia, I know I've asked you this before, but what state are you in? because my memory is terrible. I know where some people are, but as y'all know, at the start of my thing, it says, I never really know what's going on. That's not a lie. Most of the time, I'm off in my own little world. Let's see. Kimberly said it's 41 there right now. It is 72 here. Darcia is in Georgia. Nice. I miss going to Georgia. When I lived in South Carolina, I would go to Georgia quite a bit. Because, you know, I could do like a road trip. When I lived in South Carolina, I was only about 3 hours from Atlanta. The ATL. Karen said 78 in Sacramento. And Chris said she got Regina's rain. Oh no. Miss Bridget said she has to cut grass for the 3rd time this year tomorrow. It's been so nice there. Mine has been cut twice. But my front yard wasn't too bad. But after all this rain we've gotten this week, it's greening up really quickly. All the trees are green, all the little buds, all the little spring flower buds are turning green. But the thing I dislike about spring, I dislike the allergies. I love the weather turning warmer. Hey, Miss Debbie. I love the weather turning warmer. Love, love, love. But what I hate are the ticks and the creepy crawly critters. I don't mind my little black snakes because they, you know, they keep all the bad critters away. But I do not like ticks at all. And of course, I've already pulled one off of me. Well, I take that back. I had one on me, and there are certain parts of your body that you just can't reach. So I had my bestie. I was like, I need you to get this tick off of me because my arms don't bend that way. Susan said it was so hot there. We put my hubby's portable air conditioner in the living room, so now it is nice. Ooh, nice. I haven't turned my air on yet. I haven't. I did turn on the ceiling fans, crank them up, but I'm trying to wait because it's supposed to cool back down tomorrow. The high tomorrow is only supposed to be in the 60s. Regina said she turned on her AC yesterday. Jen says, OMG, we had a squirrel eat a hole in our lawnmower gas tank. Oh no, crazy rodents, right? Yeah, that's not as easy as just, you know, swapping out a like a belt or something. Dang. I'm sorry. Regina said, after people getting on it, Darcy, it's ugly. I was bit by a skeeter tonight. What did I miss? What did Miss Darcia say? Oh, let's see. Just talking about the snow. Guess it's, yeah. Nancy said they've had their AC on since the beginning of the year. Yeah, but you are in Florida. Let's see. Noe says, when I went to Hobby Lobby to get fabric backing for the bag I'm working on, the fabric counter lady was impressed with how I managed to sew fabric to yarn. Nice. And I was at Hobby Lobby last weekend, and they had gotten some more of that granny square fabric in. I didn't get any, even though it was on sale last week. I refrained because guess what, y'all? I still have some here that I haven't done anything with yet. So. Darcia says, sounds like he was trying to get high off the fumes to Jen. Hello, Miss Ashley. Welcome in. We are talking about a rodent chewing a hole in Miss Jen's lawnmower gas tank. And we're talking about sewing fabric to yarn, yarn to fabric. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I bought some little inserts. Nancy says, well, Pam, you have a sample to copy now. I know, right? Miss Nancy made a bag, a purse with the, well, here, I'll show it to you. It's super cute. I'll grab it. First, let me make this single crochet. All right, that's what we got so far. Oh, let's see. Did I cover it up? I did. Hold on. For anybody that missed my little haul, yarn haul, or my little crafty haul on Saturday, look at that yarn right there. This is not what I was reaching to grab. Hey, Rudy. But isn't that pretty? This is, it's called Bubblegum Speckle. It's by Red Heart. And this is one of the new yarns that my Walmart had. I like it. I thought it was pretty. I'll be working it up before long. Hey, Shirley. She said, oh, that's pretty. Okay. Reach over here and show y'all what Miss Nancy made with her. Okay, so this is the small one with a little box bottom. Jen said, it looks like bubblegum ice cream. I know, right? And I love bubblegum ice cream. So this is what she made with the granny square fabric. And this came from Hobby Lobby, the fabric. But look at it. And I watched her make this live on Miss Kimberly's. Well, it's Kimberly's, right? Yeah, on Miss Kimberly's. It's got a zipper. It also has a little box bottom. And she whipped this out in no time. This would take me forever to make. Mine wasn't gonna, the one I was planning on making won't be anywhere near this fancy. So. Toss that over there. Put this back over here. Let me keep going and see how many. Okay, let's see how many. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See, I got 8 with the yellow. Yep. And now we're getting ready to head into the prettiest color of all. Look at that beautiful orange. I feel like that dog in that commercial. Roll that beautiful bean footage. Roll that beautiful orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. Regina says she's never had bubblegum ice cream. It is really yummy. And sometimes, depending on where you get the bubblegum ice cream from, it'll have real chunks of bubblegum in it. Like the little tiny square chiclet bubblegums. Yep. I want to say Baskin Robbins has the bubblegum in the little in it. I'm guessing it's an acquired taste. You either like it or you don't, but I like it. And Jen said those are beautiful bags. Nancy. Shirley said she likes Bride's cake ice cream. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Delicious. Shirley said Bluebell is the best. So Bluebell Bride's cake ice cream. Y'all, I bought some Bluebell. Was it Bluebell? Dr. Pepper ice cream. It's still in my freezer because I was so excited to try it. And then when I got to the register, the girl that was checking me out, she said, have you tried this yet? I was like, no. She's like, do you like Dr. Pepper? I'm like, I love Dr. Pepper. She's like, me too. And this ice cream is gross. I was like, well, okay. So it's been in my freezer, just staring at me every time I open up the freezer door. Shirley said, yes, it's $8.32 a gallon. A half a gallon. And Shirley is agreeing that is a disgusting flavor. See, that's why I haven't tried it yet. I love Dr. Pepper, but she said I would be super disappointed. Because I was going to get it and try it. And then I was going to make like a Dr. Pepper float with a Dr. Pepper ice cream. But they said, yuck. Susan said she made her pulled pork with Dr. Pepper. Oh, now see, I have tried, I have used my Dr. Pepper for pork too. It's really good. Jen says, now I love the Dr. Pepper freezes from KFC. Really? They have a freeze? How did I miss that? That's like a slushy, right? That's like, oh, see, now that might be good. Is that what that is, Jen? Like a slushy type Dr. Because the ice cream is just like creamy ice cream, but it's supposed to be Dr. Pepper flavored. And usually I'll try anything Dr. Pepper flavored once, but when she told me it was gross, it's just been sitting there in the freezer. Let's see, Nancy says she started making bags about 15 years ago, did patchwork ones and quilted them, and also made a few diaper bags for some friends. And Jen says, no, it's more like a shake. Oh, okay. Shirley said the Dr. Pepper flavored ice cream is not really Dr. Pepper flavored. Okay, that makes sense then. Well, I guess I will still try it since I bought it and it's sitting in the fridge, but I will have to look for the bride's cake one because that does sound good. That sounds yummy. And Jen, I will have to try. So since that's to me then, so if it's more of a shake, then they probably do use real Dr. Pepper, so they make like a Dr. Pepper float thingy. Probably. I'll have to try it. I will give it a try. Shirley said her daughter ate it because she will eat any ice cream, and now I want ice cream. Oh, I know. I tell you where I'd like to go. Y'all, not everybody has one, but I like Sonic. Sonic has there's a Snickers blast, a Sonic Snicker blast. And it is really good, especially if you have them add chocolate syrup to it, so it makes the ice cream chocolate with chunks of real Snickers in it. Oh, yum. No, he says, it's killing me. I gave up Dr. Pepper for a month, and now I can't drink anything with caffeine. But that's a good thing, Noe. Jen says, yes, it's a float, and then mix it up. Ooh, yum. Noe said she's desperately trying to hunt down caffeine-free Dr. Pepper. Girl, me too. When I first, okay, so before I moved back to Tennessee, we lived in California. We drove cross country, and I was pregnant with my youngest son. And I gave up all caffeine when I was pregnant with my kids. And I found caffeine-free Dr. Pepper in Arkansas. That's the only place. And then I've tried to get the restaurant or some of the stores here to order it for me, but they haven't been able to get it. And they still sell it because you can see it on the Dr. Pepper website. You can't buy it from the Dr. Pepper website. You have to buy it from a store. And I found it on like say Amazon, but it's expensive and I didn't want to pay that for it. So, but you might check there. Check like some of your local grocery stores to see if they can request it. Shirley said, no caffeine. I'd be one long headache. Hi, Zuni. Welcome in. Nancy says, oh boy, I know I'm not feeling well. This carnation has rows of half double and single, and it was supposed to be all half double. It will be a smaller flower. That is fine. They could be all different size flowers, Nancy. Nobody will know but you. Well, and us. Regina says, wherever you shop, ask for it. Yep, and I did, and I don't know if they actually asked the Coke or the whoever brings the Dr. Peppers, because I mean they're just like a distributor, so I don't know. So I need to go in and talk to one of the I need to go in and talk to a couple of others in the area that actually do the ordering and have them try it again. Shirley said, I lost an ear and a horn. Uh-oh. Zuni says, how are you? I am doing pretty good, Miss Zuni. How are you? And is this your first time joining us for a live? I don't remember your channel name, but that just means I have a terrible memory. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're almost out of the orange and heading into purple. I'm going to count up these orange ones and see how many little squares I got here. Squares. Shells. Where did I get squares from? Good gracious. 1, 2, and single. Alright, let's see how many orange ones we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a half and a half, so 8. So it looks like just this little minty blue section here was shorter because I probably definitely could have got 8 with the white. Nancy said those colors look pretty together. They do, don't they? I made a baby blanket out of this with the rice stitch, and it turned out really cute. I did it the right, and then I made a baby beanie for Miss Eliana when she to come home from the hospital with. I made it while she was in the hospital. I made it small, so it'll be like it was a car seat blanket. And y'all, I'm trying to keep my hook from hitting this table because I know when it hits, it's probably, well, I did switch the mic, so maybe it's not as loud as I think it is. Because I know sometimes when I'm filming and I'll lay it down, it's like clunk clunk because the microphone is so close, but it's over there. I forgot. I'm using the other mic tonight. And then I think you might be on after this purple. I think we'll be heading back into white, maybe. We'll see. So we started talking about this a while ago. So does anybody have big plans for the weekend? Our local high school, one of them, has a big plant sale every year, and it is starting tomorrow. So I missed it last year somehow, but it's starting tomorrow, which is kind of ironic because I work right next door to it, so I don't know how I missed it, but I did. But it's tomorrow, and you can get like hanging baskets and ferns, and then they have a couple of other plants. So I think they said they have tomato and pepper plants. So I'll probably pick me up some tomato plants because I didn't plant any tomatoes last year, and I like fresh tomatoes. And I'm probably going to get me a mixed flower hanging basket and probably a fern. And hopefully I can keep them all watered. Because once they get on the porch, I walk by them every day, but I forget to water them. My thumb is not very green. Now, if I can plant it in the ground and then water it and, every other day or so until it gets established, then I'm good. It's the ones that I have to water all the time. Oh, that is so, I'm liking it. Let's see here. Noe says she got some bee buttons to go with the honeycomb bag. Oh, cute. Now, I did see that Hobby Lobby has a bunch of bee stuff out again this year. So it's looking like bees are going to be popular again this spring. So yay. Noe is working on Saturday. Noe, I would spend a fortune if I worked at your job. all that temptation? Or is it like working at a restaurant where you're around it every day, so you don't want all that food because you're working around it? So is it that way working at a craft store? Skip to zero. Miss Kimberly says she plans on getting back to quilting unless my bouncers interfere, and then I would just work on solving mystery puzzle boxes. Nancy says she just finished a bee theme altered notebook. Nice. After I get finished with all these projects that are on my to-do list, I have so many things that I want to do that are just for funsies. Kimberly says, sounds cute, Nancy. Chris says, I'm sorry, Noe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see, Darcia says she is going to pay some bills tomorrow and do some online shopping on Saturday, crochet and clean. Well, I am down for all of that. I mean, you got to pay the bills. I mean, that's like a given. And I know we post to clean, but I'm down for some online shopping and crocheting. I did some online shopping before I started my live. Shirley said she is working on a unicorn and not sure what else. Karen says, what yarn is that? This is ice cream by Line Brand. Halado. And it is, and I don't know, y'all tell me. Okay, so we got ice cream, crema glacé. Is helado, is that ice cream in another language? Or is that like something that goes with this? Tell me. It's Lion Brand ice cream yarn. And then it is, the color is banana split. Karen says, oh, okay, funny. I said it would be cute in that yarn, right? And Shirley said Spanish. Ice cream in Spanish. Okay. Helado. You know, I was saying that a while ago, then it dawned on me that probably, so it's probably English, French. I'm guessing that creme glacé, or however you say that, is French. And I took Spanish, and I couldn't have told you that helado was ice cream. But there you go. I learned something new tonight. And now I might forget it, but yeah. Which I should know that that's what it is, because I took 3 years of Spanish in high school, and then I took it in college, and it was my minor, but I haven't used it in years. Not consistently anyway. Regina said she started her dad's blanket yesterday. She's turning over a new leaf with a scrap blanket. I'm doing up the ends as I go. Oh, awesome. Ooh, Karen said she got Ferris wheel for $3.74 at Lion Brand. Oh, that's a good deal. Good deal. When did you get that? When is it still on sale? And Regina says she has a big ball of banana split yarn, and she's been saving it for a baby blanket. And they also have the Sesame Street heads for $3.49. Oh, that's a good deal. I have a whole bucket of Sesame Street heads over there. I need to move that bucket over here, because it used to be, well, you could even see it in my other lives because it sat like up on the shelf. But I need to bring it because it's over there. So I need to put it over here so that it'll be behind me, so that when I have the other camera on, you can see it. Karen says she thinks it's still on sale. She just ordered yesterday. Ooh, nice. If one of my mods is in the chat and wants to go check and see, if so, y'all are more than welcome to drop the link for Lion Brand's website So if anybody else would like to go shop the sale, you can find it quickly. And Karen says she got Abby and the Count. I think I have all of them. I think I have all. I have multiples of all of them because I bought several when Hobby Lobby had their sale, and then I went looking. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Look how much this purple is. I'm already at 9 shells, and I'm not even done with the purple. Okay. Darcia says I have to save my duckies before I can buy yarn. And Regina said she hopes so, talking to Darcia, because it will be the first time she'll be using a color wheel. I like it. You talking about the Ferris? Yeah. Hey Nifty, welcome in. What stitch? We are doing the shell stitch. And I'm using a self-striping yarn. I was hoping I would have it long enough so that each shell would be, or each row would be a different color, but I didn't make it quite long enough or wide enough. So I was counting up how many shells each color will give me, but they're not consistent color. I mean, they might be consistent like if I worked it all out, but they're not consistent. Each color is not the same length as the other colors. Shirley says I have to pop off because her iPad needs a new power cord. All right, Miss Shirley. Well, thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Karen said the sale is good until April 23rd. Okay, so y'all got a few more days to go check it out and see if there's anything that you need or want. Miss Darcia says to Regina, trust me, it will turn out beautiful. You will see. Absolutely. But yeah, so when I bought those Sesame Street heads at Hobby Lobby, they didn't have all of the characters. So I went on Google search and I found some on Amazon. I found some on several different stores. So I found the ones that were the least expensive and I bought them. So I bought Super Grover, the Count. I think I bought another Abby because I think they only had one Abby at Hobby Lobby when I got it on clearance. I think they only had one of her left. So Susan says she is working on a secret yarnery paint box runner using big twist and mainstay yarn. Turn it into a blanket. I have 24 circles done. Oh wow, nice. Bye Shirley. Have a great night. And Nancy says I want to get some of those characters. I need to get back on working on some more loveys with them. They're called the One Hat Wonders, and it's because you have enough stuff there to make a child-size beanie with and then the heads are the pom-poms. But that's not what I did with mine. I will show you what I did with mine here in just a second because I think they are sitting behind me on a shelf. I think. I'll have to look. I may have put them in a box that went in the other room. I can't tell. I'll look in a second. Nancy said, still need to win the lottery to get everything I want. And then some helping hands to make it all. Okay, so I'm seeing what this purple is doing. Okay, so the purple should be roughly twice as long because what it's going to do is go back into the orange. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that may be why the white is the way it is too. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, roughly 14. Yeah. So that's what it's doing. So now it doubled, so it would be like purple, purple, orange. This is probably going to go yellow, blue, and then white, white, blue, yellow. I like how it's turning out though. So if you made it wider, you probably could get all of your shells to line up to where they're not stacked. And so each one would be a different color, or each row would have, you'd be able to see those shells really well, like that one. Thank you, Miss Jen Reeves. She has dropped the Vine brand Ferris wheel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. There you go. Susan said she made a blanket with crystal using the One Hat Wonders and made 2 of them. And Karen's agreed with Nancy. She needs to win the lottery. Me too. Nancy says it may not be even, but I like the way it's working up. I do too. Normally, I like it to end like that would bug me, but since it's all mishy-mashy, I think it's... But, I mean, this was just my little sample swatch, so if I make another... I mean, it would make a good... That would make a good child scarf, though. That would be a good width for a child-size scarf. Miss Susan says, everyone please hit the thumbie for our host. Thank you, Miss Susan. Let me see here. Oh. Let's see what we got here. I do have some... Whoa. Knocking stuff off. I'm good at that. Ta-da. Alright, so this is what I did with my little One Hat Wonders. I sewed the blankie right onto their little heads. But I bought one of each to make them for my grandbabies. And they've already got Oscar and they've got one of the Oscars and Big Bird. And then I'm doing a different stitch for each one. This particular one here is a lemon peel stitch. Hey, Thrifty Crocheter. She said it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? You must be on East Coast time. Welcome in. Hello, how is everyone? Doing pretty good. So I did, that's Oscar. And then I did Bert. And I do have tutorials for both of these guys. And Bert, I did the corner to, well, I guess it's technically corner to corner, but the moss stitch where it just grew itself out till I got it as wide as I wanted, and then I just took it straight down, which is what I did with the lemon peel too. And you could also keep going out if you wanted to. But I was just making them up differently to see how it's doing. Regina said, he's downstairs. That's them. That's those little guys. All right, we are going to swap off this one. And now he said, I saw one of those PSAs with Andy Warhol. Regina's talking about her son. He's downstairs. Nancy said her son is in his room sleeping. And Karen said, I have a panda still. And Jen says, shh, I don't want to know where he is. He. Well, I know what state my babies are in. One is in Tennessee and one is in California. And my oldest one is more than likely, well, he's probably not in bed yet, but he's probably he's probably playing a video game because I bet his babies are in bed. But he might be in bed because he has to work tomorrow. Okay. Trying to find the end to this multicolored yarn here. Darcia said her son is at home and her granddaughter is in bed. See, Noe said her sock children are all in my room with me. Aw. Noe likes to make sock monkeys. 50 said, I'm sorry, gang. I saw the time and that line popped in my head. That is quite all right. Isn't that what they used to say on the, like, at night? Wasn't there a show, TV show? Or, okay. Alright, we're going to switch off. We're not going to use that itty bitty hook though. We're going to switch to an eye hook. Karen said, I won $10 on a dollar ticket today. Wish it was more. Hey, $10 is $10. And I think I read this, but if not, Chris said her son might be driving. Darcia said, husband is asleep. Alright, so we're just gonna go with the 18, 19, 20. I'm gonna do 20. Okay. So yeah, these are not gonna give me any, this is not gonna give me any full size shell. But I like this yarn. So I did a chain of 20, work it back across. That's going to give me a total of 19 single crochets, which will give me my work and stitch count of multiple of 6 plus 1, so 18 plus 1. La, la, la. Noe said, on The Simpsons, Homer goes for the last time. I said no. My brother-in-law is a huge Simpsons fan. So my niece's name is Maggie. I call her Mags. And everybody always asks if Maggie is short for anything like Margaret. Nope, it's just Maggie. So I'm thinking that this one is going to be too busy of a yarn for these shells to really pop out. But we're going to try it anyway. Ooh, yep. Well, that white one might show up a little bit. So, has anybody else been working on the shell stitch in April? And if so, what have y'all been making? Now he said Matt Groening's sisters are named Lisa and Maggie. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I did not know that. And I don't know if that's how, I don't know if I said his name right or not, but yeah, the creator, writer dude. I guess he's the creator, right? Tangle, tangle, tangle. Rudy said 9:07. I'm a little behind. Hey, Miss Spring, it's 9:10 here. How are you doing tonight, Miss Spring? I missed Miss Spring's live tonight. I was editing a video, so I will have to catch the replay. Skip to and single. And Miss Jen said she is not making it, but loves it as a border. Awesome. Yeah, see, when you do it in a multicolor variegated, it's really hard to see the shells. They just get lost. Chris K said she did a shell stitch spa cloth and a scrappy scarf. And her shell stitch, your cloth, your shell stitch washcloth turned out really pretty. She sent me a picture of it. She put a border around it. It's really nice. Karen said she has a set of dolls when her dad worked for Coke. Burger King gave them to him back when they first came out. Oh, cool. Darcia said it's also 10:10 there, so she's also East Coast time down in Georgia. Spring says, I am well. Thank you for asking. Hope you are well also. I am doing pretty good tonight, Miss Spring. Thrifty says to Spring, saw you in another live this morning. Jen said, be right back. Okie dokie. Yeah, these shells are going to get completely lost in this variegated. There are certain stitches that look great in variegated yarns, and then there are others that get lost. So if you're going to do a pretty stitch, you want it to be seen. So this is probably not the best. Now, unless you wanted to do like every other row, like if you wanted to use the variegated and then on the second row do a different color so that it really makes those variegated shells pop out, that would work. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, these are just getting lost. So it's just a little blobbity blob. Let me, ta-da, come here, you. Show you what I'm talking about. This is kind of what we touched on last week. Okay, we're going to switch off to this color right here. I'm not going to tie it off because I'm not going to keep it. I just want, whoa, get back here. I just want to see how it looks with a solid mixed in with this variegated, to see if it makes those shells pop out or if it's just really not a good choice at all. Anyway, we'll know. Let's see here. Miss Noe says, I also have a Karen tea cake and Ocean Night at Michael's. Ooh. Nancy said, like my stained glass blanket. Yeah. Let me roll back up. Are you talking about like that stitch? Like that would, yes, this would, I see what you're saying. Yes. Ooh, this would make a pretty, yeah. Yep. This, all these bright colors, this variegated would definitely work well in that stained glass, in that millstone. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And Spring says to Darcy, I like to visit as many as I can. I am the same way. And a lot of times I will listen. Like even if I'm at work, I'll have it playing and I'll just be lurking. I can't always, obviously when I'm at work, I can't monitor the chat, read the chat and stuff, but I do turn y'all on and listen while I'm working. When I can. Nifty says, beautiful work, but I agree the stitch gets lost in the color. Yep. I'm going to see how it looks here in just a second. We're going to see how it works up with the alternating it with the solid. If I can get this yarn to come out of here. There we go. Okay. Still really are losing the shell. You really still can't see that shell very well. Let's see, Spring said, same here. Have my headset in, phone in the pocket while I work the farm. Yep, and that's what I do. Well, I mean, I'm not working the farm, but like if I have to go out, like who was I watching the other day? Nancy. I was watching Nancy's members live, and y'all went shopping with me. I had errands to run, and so, you know, when I'm out That's, I mean, you can see the shell, and maybe it's because I've got this row of single crochet here, but the shells just get a little lost. But, all right, so that is option number 2. So now let's go to, whoa, we don't need that. All right. I think that this is going to give me enough to make a shell in this color. We're going to find out. Kimberly said, looks more like the blob stitch. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do another chain of, I'm not going to use that hook though. Keep changing my yarn weights and stuff. Okay, so we're going to still do a chain of 20 to get started. Talk amongst yourselves as I count. Okay. And y'all know what? I did not even drop the Jeopardy question. Let me do that right quick before we do this. Okay, so our category is still named for president. I took a wild guess on this. Yeah. Okay, so named for president. Fittingly, I guess I should show y'all the question. A North Dakota park is named for this president who backed legislation to create national parks and preserves. There you go. Spring says 6, 12, 9, 5, 24, 9, 16. Stumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen. Working 9 to 5. That's 9, 5. That's where my brain went. Okay, so we're going to go single. I'm just going to go straight into the shell stitch here just to see how it works up. And y'all, this yarn is scratchier than what I just used, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think if I color control, work out my stitches so that it starts on the right color, it might work out. We'll see. This one will probably stand out a little bit better than, nope. One, not enough to do a whole shell. Okay. Spring said, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come alive. Jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping out on the street. The traffic starts jumping when folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. I wish I worked 9 to 5. I work 7:30 to 5:30. Chris says to Spring, thank you for helping Pam count. We got a lot of Teddy Roosevelts. 30 says, Spring, I don't understand the numbers. Yeah, she was trying to mess me up on my count. Let's get to. For those that are putting Theodore Roosevelt, that was my guess as well. And I'll let y'all know in a minute if it was right or wrong. Mainly because I don't know why, but the Dakotas, just that's who my brain went to. So I will drop the question to the answer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Here in about a couple of minutes. And Regina is asking, what was the first national park of the United States? I have no idea. I don't know. Thrifty says Theodore is also the inventor of the teddy bear because he didn't want the bears to get shot. Oh, cool. I was hoping that that would do an entire shell. I'm going to go ahead and do one more row because I want to see how they lay. But it doesn't make an entire shell in one whole color. I suppose if I used a smaller hook maybe, but then it would be a really tight stitch. What am I doing here? Too many. 1, 2, 3. And Chris said, Yellowstone. Oh, thanks, Nifty. So I like your singing voice. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. So, Miss Regina, what was the first national park of the United States? Is Miss Chris K correct? Is it Yellowstone? Regina said, Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas. The gangsters would go there for rest and relaxation in the baths. Very cool. I did not know that. And Mishi's saying, Nancy, there is a seller on Etsy that has some Karen Cake Ocean Night. Okay, so Nancy, did I miss? What are you looking for? Type that up again. Is this the one that you were looking for before, way back in the day, Nancy, for your... No, that was oolong tea, wasn't it? For your blanket that you were making, your corner to corner? And Darcia said, I came up with Yogi Bear with his picnic basket because he hung out in Yellowstone Park. Hey, boo-boo. Kimberly says, being a gangster was clearly very stressful. And Miss Mishi said she is lurking and working on a sweater she is creating. Nice. And if y'all missed seeing Miss Mishi's Sedge Stitch sweater, check out my February Sedge Stitch video and y'all can see it. You can also find it on her channel. And the link to her channel is in that video. Again, you kind of lose the shells with this one. So there you go. Nancy said, yep, the oolong is discontinued. Well, I knew it was discontinued, but I didn't know if maybe somebody had found it for you on eBay or something. But the Ocean Night is a close match, and she wants to continue working on it. I got you. Regina said, yes, being a gangster is very deadly. Let's see. Noe said, nope, she was wrong. 3 in stock at Port St. Lucia. Some reason it was showing her Stockton, Cali. Regina said, but I love that color though. I know, right? Isn't it pretty? This is called Earth and Sky. So I will find something. I will find something else for this yarn. Thrifty. Now, is Thrifty, is that Rachel? Because I saw Miss Mishi say hey to Rachel. And if so, hello. I may or may not remember that the next time. Probably not, because my memory is terrible. There's that. And yes, I do think a solid works better. But where's my little swatchy swatch from last week? Oh, what did I do with you? Okay, so, but I like working it in 3 colors. Because then, okay, so like even this one, this one, every 3rd row is a variegated, but it has a slow color change. It's gradually, so like here it gradually went from green to yellow, and then yellow to orange and to purple. So I really like it. So Miss Thrifty, you just let me know what you want me to call you. I can call you Rachel or I can call you Thrifty. And I will try to remember. But I like to work, when I'm working it, I like to work it in an odd number of colors. Because like I showed y'all last week, I like to carry my yarn up the side so that I don't have a bazillion tails to weave in. All I have is the tails at the beginning where I first start the yarn, and then I'll have tails at the end when I cut it all off to weave them in. And I do have a video for this. I have not finished editing it because I really wanted to get that Sedge Stitch slideshow done. So Nancy said that's fitting, that yarn. Oh, because Earth Day is April 22nd. That's right. Regina said they don't get lost with that yarn. Looks nice. Thank you. Karen, okay, this pattern magic ring. Then 6 single crochet and second chain from hook. What? Why would you do? What are you making, Karen? So you're doing a magic. Oh, that sounds magic ring 6 crochet. That kind of sounds like maybe. So you're not doing the 6 single crochets in the magic ring. Mishy's heading back to the bushes. Oh, before the ads start again, let me go ahead and drop the answer. But y'all are super smart, and y'all all got it right, all those that said, who is Theodore Roosevelt? Y'all are correctamundo. Gotta get me a little drink here. Now I have another yarn that has really, really long color changes. But I was thinking it would be too long because it is a self-striping, but it is a self-striping so that you have wide bands of color. So like if you were working like a blanket or a scarf, you would have big color bands. So I think even with this, you would still have like a bunch of shells and then more shells. Oh, that's right. Okay. It's a rocket, so it should say ring or chain, but it don't. I would say if it says start with a magic ring, I would think you would need to work those 6 crochets in that magic ring if it's like the top and then you pull it tight. I would say either do that or chain 2 and work 6 double crochets into the second chain. I would say it would be one or the other, would be my guess. Because if you do a magic ring, you don't have any chains to work into. Thrifty says, Rachel says, I wonder if the granny square yarn would work like your swatch. See, I wonder. Because it has longer color changes for some of them, but I bet it would probably look pretty because you could get a full shell. I've seen some really cool patterns that people have been coming up with for the for that granny square yarn. Not working it in a granny square. It came out like in this like southwestern pattern. Regina may have sent it to me. It looked really, really cool. Because it's quite color pooling. And Jen said chain 2, then 6 single crochet and second chain from hook. Yep. And Nancy said she visited that park when her sister-in-law was in North Dakota about 10 years ago. Otherwise, I wouldn't know it. I was just guessing. I don't know why Roosevelt popped in my head. I'm thinking because of the Dakotas. And then in that same, Mount Rushmore. But I don't know. That was just my guess. It was a lucky guess because, if I was on Jeopardy, I would not have rung in for that because I would have been like, I don't know. I wouldn't have risked the money because I did not know. It was a guess. Total guess. Alrighty. Well, while we are sitting here chit-chatting, I'm going to work on my blanket. And this is Roll With It Tweed. And this color is Stormy Blues. because it's April. April showers. I didn't plan it that way, but that's how it worked out. I just randomly picked, well, I didn't randomly pick the color, but I did. I had the colors all picked out. There it is. But where's you over here? Oh, that's the hook I want. But I didn't realize I was picking Stormy for April. These stitch markers, I bought them on Temu. They were very, very, very inexpensive. I think it was like $1 for like 100. And that is why. Maybe even more than 100. But anyway. But one broke. I got another one. These didn't. They're just a very brittle plastic. But I like this kind. And Karen said, "Right, bad pattern. Bad written." Yeah. But, you know, if they don't have people helping them or proofing it, maybe. Or it might have been originally written in another language and maybe they translated it. Ooh. And maybe it just didn't translate over correctly. And Regina said that yarn makes a beautiful blanket and she's read a lot of biographies. Love that color. Thank you, ma'am. Jen said, I don't like those stitch markers. Break them every time. Nancy said, poor thing. Do you need me to send you some? I know, right, Nancy? I'm running low. Now, all the other ones that I've ever bought in this style have worked fantastic. I lose them before I break them. But these that I bought from Temu are just really brittle. It's just a harder plastic. But, you know, I will tell y'all one thing. This blanket is very warm tonight. Last week, this blanket was awesome because it was freezing in here. I was freezing. I had my blanket on. I had a blanket on my leg. I had another blanket over my legs. My socks. It was just cold. But tonight, it's warm. Oh, I didn't mean to like hit y'all. Sorry. Y'all are really close. 1, 2, 3. But I do like, even though this yarn is multicolored, the color changes are long. So what I was saying when I was showing the blanket earlier, I'm getting pretty much 2 rows of shells for each color. So I've got, see this here is one, and then these little nestled ones are the next row. Regina said, a lot of humidity in the air. Yes, there is here because it was pouring down rain before my live started. It was doing that. Lightning has been detected in your area. That's what my phone tells me. I have an app, several weather apps, but that one talks to me. And that's how it talks. That's what it tells me. That when I get the lightning has been detected in your area, that's when I'm like, ooh, I gotta go let the dog in, because shortly after I get that one, it'll be heavy rain has been detected in your area. So when the lightning one hit, when I got that one, I couldn't even hear it raining yet, but when I got out there, it had just started sprinkling. So, but it has stopped now, so I'll have to go let him out when the live ends, because he didn't get to run around as long as he usually does. Usually when I get home from work, I put him in the backyard and he runs around. I have a lab, I also have a shepherd, but I have a lab, and he stays cooped up in the house all day while I'm at work. Then I'll usually come home at lunch and let him out, and then when I get home from work, I let him outside, and he gets to run around for several hours in the backyard. So tonight he only got about an hour before the rain started. So I'll need to go let him out again so he can get all his energy out. Because he's hyper. He's what, 4, I think now? 3 or 4. And he still acts like he's 6 months old. But he's a lad and he's just hyper. But I think it's because, you know, when I get home, he's excited to see me, and he's been cooped up in the house all day, and he doesn't get to run around. So he likes to jump. I know one thing, I'll have to turn on the fan or the air conditioner if it. But I mean, tomorrow the temps are supposed to drop back down. But if it was gonna stay the same temps as it has been the past 2 days, I would have to turn the air conditioner on this weekend. I don't want to turn it on yet. I'm like Bridget, I'm cheap. I want to wait. Because once it comes on, I don't usually turn it back off. Now, I will turn the heat back off, but not usually the air. Ooh, I just heard thunder. Talking about rain, and there it comes. It hasn't given me my little. Oh, I turned the volume off, but still, usually if it's a weather warning, it'll override my mute, I think. Well, hey, Miss Angela. She says, hi, Pam and everyone in the chat. How are you doing tonight? I'm doing fine, drinking water and working on my Tunisian top. Nice. I am doing pretty good, Miss Angela. Thought I'd work on my blanket here for just a little bit. Probably going to go for about another 20 minutes or so. So if anybody in the chat would like to drop your link to your channel for everybody to go check out what you've got as far as content, y'all can write Be Kind, BeeKind, in the chat, all one word, and Nightbot will drop your channel link. Miss Karen said she came out of Walmart in a black truck with a dog in there, and they were, wait a minute. Okay, so she came out, oh, okay, now I'm reading it now. Okay, so, and it was 80 at that time. People need to keep their dogs at home when the weather is hot. Makes her sad to see that. Did they have the windows down? Or did they have the AC going? Because, yeah, they don't need to have, if it's 80 and the windows are up, that's too hot. That is too hot for an animal. There's Miss Susan's link. Miss Susan is another one. You can see some of her stitching in the, well, you can see some in the January slideshow as well, January and February slideshow. And you can go check out her channel as well. And y'all, if you go to somebody's channel and you don't see any content, if you know who they are and you want to give them a subscribe, you can. That way when they start, if they decide to start posting content, you'll already be subscribed and should get notifications. Oh, Karen said they did a little, but in California it's the law, no pets in the car in warm weather. Oh, really? I didn't know that. And there's Miss Pajama Quilter, Kimberly. Y'all could go check out Miss Kimberly and Miss Rachel, Thrifty Crocheter. Miss Kimberly has a lot of cool stuff about quilting on her channel. Miss Nancy, Little Treasures by Nancy, posted something she saw the other day. For anybody that has been wanting to get a community tab, go check out her community post that she put, because she put the little screenshot, and it'll tell you how you can get, what you need to do in order to turn on your community tab if you do not have one. And see if it works. Because you used to have a certain number of subscribers to get your community tab, and then they gave a whole bunch of people a community tab, and then they stopped doing that, and now I guess you just need to go and turn on a specific filter or a specific thing within your own YouTube login information, your profile. Nancy said Jay only has 46 subscribers, and he's got one. Now, when they were giving them to, like, there for a while, they just randomly gave them to a whole bunch of people. And one of my other channels, my personal channel, it gave me one, and I have, I think, 3 subscribers. But then others were saying that, you know, that they didn't get one. But you can go turn on a certain filter. That's the word. Within your own channel. This is Regina's channel there. Rachel said cars can get over 100 degrees inside the car even with the window open. Dogs don't sweat and it's harder for them to cool off. That's true. Very true. I don't generally, if I take my dog with me, we have the air conditioner on, I have the windows cracked a little bit, but he gets out when I get out. So I don't leave him in the car. So, but yeah, and I want to say, I know there are a lot of states, and I want to say here too, like you can break windows, car windows, but for pets and children and, well, anybody, I guess, that's locked in a vehicle that can't get out. But Susan said she just made her circles into squares. Now, I don't know what that's supposed to say. Madsen made circles into squares. Now, I'm going to guess make some more circles in different colors. There we go. Jen says she got hers a long time ago and had 360 plus friends. Okay, so Nancy said, according to the screenshot, the picture she posted, you need to turn something on and verify it with your phone number. Okay, cool. Regina says she's in farm country, so dogs usually ride in the back of the truck. Yeah, I mean, we have that here too. And I really don't know what the law is. Like, if somebody was to leave a dog locked in a vehicle without airflow. Regina said there too. She doesn't take her dog anywhere, but yeah, they will break your windows if you leave anything in your car. Because I know that there was a post going around maybe last summer, maybe even the past several summers. There's a lady that makes those newborn dolls, the silicone dolls, and she had to put notes all in her car saying not to break her windows because her dolls were so realistic looking and people were breaking her car window to rescue the doll. So she had to say it's a doll, it's not real. But yeah, it is getting to be that time of year where, you know, you just have to be mindful. Don't, if like, you know, if you do have a pet and you want to take them with you, don't leave them in the vehicle. Especially for southern states and the states that are already getting warmer. It's just because it gets really hot in your car. with the windows up. Or like Rachel said, even with the windows down. I mean, if it's 95 degrees outside, even with the windows down, it's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Ooh, this blanket's warm. But it'll be good when I got the AC cranked. Gina said she's seen people leave their little dogs in the car, but the AC is running for them. Yep. I've seen people around here do that too. Hey, Miss Red. Said hitting that thumb for you. Well, thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Susan said, people need to use some common sense. Exactly. Exactly. And Nancy said, but you never know if your car is going to shut off when you're in the store. That is also true. I just don't take him. I just don't go in anywhere unless he can go in with me if I take him. For starters, he's big and he would destroy stuff. And if he really wanted out, he would just be slamming on the window. He's like a bull in a china shop. He just rams into stuff. He doesn't care. He busted out the bottom of my screen door. It's like the storm door, so it's like metal at the bottom and then screen at the top. And he ran right through the metal at the bottom and popped the whole little section out. He's a goof. Miss Karen said her parents had the RV with the air on, and the cops said, nope, take him out or you get a ticket. Oh, wow. So they wouldn't even let him leave him in the RV. Nancy said she's also seen people leave their kids in the car with it running. Kids can unbuckle and put the car in gear. Can you imagine the disaster? Or, you don't know when the bad guys are going to come by and be like, oh, here's a car that's running. Let me just bust the window out and steal your car with your kids in it. That's just unsafe. Hey, Miss Sandra, welcome in. So, I don't know if y'all heard, but Miss Nancy is not feeling well, so there's no live at her house tomorrow night. But if you're looking for something to do tomorrow night, I believe Miss Cynthia is having trivia, so y'all can go to Cynthia's Joyful Creations. She will be playing trivia. That's usually where I start my, well, I won't say it's where I start my Friday nights, but I guess where I start the nighttime section of Friday nights. But I usually go to Miss Granny D's in the earlier afternoon, and then I head over to I Bring It Every Day with Kelly, where she cooks us something yummy and delicious and always makes me hungry. Then I generally go to Miss Cynthia's for an hour or so until time for Miss Nancy's, and then I head over to Nancy's, but she's not going to be live tomorrow night. So y'all could probably find me hanging out at Cynthia's. And Miss Red said, humans are not deserving of the unconditional love pets have for us sometimes. Exactly. That is so true. Regina said she was left in the car a lot when she was a kid, but she never left her kid in the car. Well, I mean, when I was a kid, I mean, I guess maybe times were different back then. I mean, I remember sitting in the car But I don't know that I would be willing to bet that my mom didn't leave us when we were car seat age in the car. And Nancy says she is not going live, but if y'all would please go to her community tab because she has made 3 Imkins that need names. And y'all, they are so stinking cute. Oh my goodness, they are so cute. So Nancy, did Earl pick all of those out? Because if so, he did a good job. He did a good job picking them, but you did a better job making them because they are absolutely adorable. And you whipped them out pretty quick. Oh my goodness. Sandra said they called 911 after seeing 2 kids in a car in a parking lot. They responded quickly and the mom came out, lied, said she was only in the store for 5 minutes. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Rachel said, of course, when we were kids, there weren't car seats and seat belts weren't the law. True. Nancy said 2 minutes is all it takes for someone to take the child, right? Or less. Regina said, I never had a car seat. In one generation, the world went to crap. Oh my goodness. Sandra said it had been at least 30 minutes after she saw him at the mom. That's, And Darcia said to Nancy, a bowl of homemade chicken soup is good for the soul, helps the healing, next to prayer. Prayer first, then soup. Sorry, y'all had to count again. Almost done with that row. And I do need to go back and weave in all these ends because I do not want to get to the end of this year-long blanket and have a bazillion little ends to weave in. I did these. These are woven. Woohoo! I'll have to go back and get these. Nancy said she drank some hot ginger lemon tea and it helped. Well, good. So did everybody that wanted to drop your channel link? Did everybody drop it that wanted to? Hola, Maritza. It is Be Kind, BeeKind, all one word. If you would like to drop it. Ooh, it's getting hot in here because I got my blanket sitting in my lap. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's getting longer. There's Miss Jen Reeves' channel. And y'all, she had such a fun birthday bash the other night. I was lurking and trying to win some stuff. Oh, you're having another party? Woohoo! Darcy said, I couldn't get over the mother who left her kids alone to go on a cruise. I know, right? I saw that. That was ridiculous. I saw that. Well, I heard about it maybe yesterday, and then I saw a news story on it earlier tonight or earlier today sometime where it said the neighbors saw her leave with her suitcases and then just they didn't see her come back. And Regina said, yep, that's 2 mothers now that went on vacation and left the kids at home. I know, right? Okay, Jen said it's just a continuation from the party from last week because YT was being crazy. And I don't know if it's YT or if it's StreamYard or both. StreamYard's being nice tonight so far anyway. All right, y'all. I'm at the end of the row. Woohoo! Grab my little stitch marker. Put you up here. Rachel said, wow, that sounds like a TV movie. I know, right? Kimberly says, I could come over there to work on that. It's going to be in the 20s later tonight. Well, this would feel pretty dang good then because it is squishy. Okay, so that is my shell section so far. But you can see the shells with this yarn. I'm pleased because I was afraid the shells would be lost. And then there's my half double section. And then there was my sedge stitch section. And then there's my moss stitch section. And all of these are Roll With It Tweeds by Red Heart. If y'all ever hear me, I just say, I'm just going to roll with it. So it was fitting. And I bought all of these on clearance at Ollie's. Whoops. If y'all have Ollie's, look for yarn. They don't have it all the time. But when they do, it's usually at a pretty decent price. Thanks, Miss Red. She said, pretty colors. Darcia says, Kimberly, I need to be where you are. Oh, okay. Sorry. Am I back? See, that's what happens. I said. Nancy said, can y'all still hear me? She's been binge watching Virgin River, and today she made an Imkin, debating on whether I should start another one tomorrow. Let me switch my camera. Hi! My other camera just suddenly stopped working. That's good, because I was getting ready to switch it anyway. It just blinked, and there went the camera. So, it worked. So, here's what it looks like up like this. It is as wide as my wingspan. Actually, it's wider than my wingspan. Jen says, love Virgin River. See, I am so behind. Like, I need to go watch it. So, are you on season, was it season 3? What season are you on? How many seasons are there? I don't even remember how many seasons I've watched. I know I've watched at least one. Rachel said, the last time I saw yarn at Ollie's, it was all light blue Red Heart. Hold on. Season 5? Really? Okay, I'm way behind. Oh, wrong bag. You mean this yarn? I bought some. Bluebell. But you know what? It actually worked out pretty nice. I was making a beanie with it. My camera's backwards. So we got the sedge stitch. I did have it mirrored. That's why I'm going backwards. I unmirrored it for down here so I could move it the right way. Yeah. I bought some of the Bluebell. I did. I didn't buy all they had because they had boxes and boxes and boxes of Bluebell. And I did a couple of videos because every time I went, there were still boxes of Bluebell on the shelf. But I thought maybe they printed it up with the wrong label because it looks a whole lot like their baby blue, or I don't think it's called baby blue. I've got some in the other room. But I went to Yarnspiration's website and Bluebell is on the website. I thought maybe because I know they had some Bluebell in their soft, but they had it in the Super Saver, so it's not a misprint on the label. It's just a lot of it. Kimberly said, Pam, that is gorgeous. Why, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Rachel's laughing. Yep, Bluebell. All right, y'all. Thanks, y'all, so very, very much for coming and hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate it, and I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. And let me get over here. Yeah, so if y'all are catching the replay, thank you so much for catching the replay. And everybody, if you're watching now, catching the replay, whatever, after the live ends, if y'all don't mind, come back and leave me a little comment. I don't care what you say. You can leave an emoji, just, hey, how's it going? That just helps YouTube. It helps me with the algorithm, helps YouTube share out my videos a little bit more. So if y'all wouldn't mind doing that, I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, y'all, have a fantastic weekend. And remember, be creative. Till next time, happy crafting. Bye.